you mind if I just do a little quick introduction? I don't know.
Who am I even?
Right. Welcome, everybody. It's Nikolai Capone of the Nikolai Capone podcast. Today, I am with the gorgeous Wreck-It Ronnie.
Hi. Hi, mixed people.
And I kind of wanted to know what was that moment, that initial moment that you kind of realized that you're into the anime gaming? I know it's kind of a loaded question, of course.
No, absolutely, because I have this exact answer on standby since, it happens a lot, cosplayer. I got in, this is funny. I did what every cosplay girl gets accused of. I got into anime to impress a guy. It was middle school, and there was a guy that I liked, and I really wanted to be able to talk to him more. He was always surrounded by him and his friends, and all they ever talked about was that night's episode of Naruto.
Oh.
And I wanted to be able to weasel my way in and be like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy, that jutsu that they used. So I started watching Naruto and ended up binging the entire thing up to the point that they were at. Realized I didn't actually like the guy that much, but I really liked Naruto. So I did get some man out of the situation. It just turned out to be Kakashi.
Amen.
I was like, Tootie man, hold on. I've been trying to impress the wrong person.
No, that is too funny. There's a lot of stories that that women get into anime through trying to just impress someone. So that is
100%. I did it.
But it was for all the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons. But listen, I came out right. Got a lesson lived and learned.
So I know cosplaying has definitely been different since you initially started. I was curious, since the landscape, I believe it was 13 years, you said?
Yeah, 13.
13?
Going on 14 now, yeah.
Going on 14 years? That's crazy. How has the landscape changes? Is it more acceptable, I guess?
It's changed so much. So when I first started cosplaying, it was so hard to find costumes, just to be able to buy. Now, you want a character, there's probably 18 different variations of that character to find. Right. When I started cosplaying, they had the main outfit for the 5 most important characters of the top 3 shonen, and that was it. You had to get it from eBay specifically, and it was not available anywhere else. And if you wanted something else than that, you had to make it. So my first few cosplays were all handmade. I make maybe half of my, that's probably not anymore actually, maybe a quarter of my costumes now, and I really
they're impressive.
Enjoy,
they're really impressive. I just wanted to put that out there. Some of the stuff I've seen you do, even the GameCube. It was the GameCube. I seen that one.
Sonic, yeah.
Yes.
So I didn't make the GameCube. The GameCube.
No, I mean that looks
very
hard.
real, right?
Yeah.
It's all rendered except for the Sonic. I did make the wig for Sonic. Okay. So me being naked and me having a Sonic wig on, I did myself. But
it was
everything
impressive.
else was rendered by Lagoon Out. Super, really cool compositor. So if you're ever a cosplayer and you're I want to look like I'm in the thing that I'm cosplaying from, they do commissions and stuff. So
little shout out,
little plug. You're welcome, K-Do.
I was also wondering, so you did it at a young age. Mm-hmm. I want to say you are 20 or early 20s, 26. Yeah. So you had to have been 13 when you initially started. Mm-hmm. Was there some sort of, I guess, drawback from family or friends or anybody hesitating, to show you love?
Oh, definitely. My family thought it was very, very weird. I was definitely the black sheep in my family because I was cosplaying, watching anime, speaking broken Japanese, listening to heavy metal.
Oh, you listen to heavy metal?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I was a scene kid growing up too, so I had my hair layered with the raccoon stripes, and I'm listening to Pierce the Veil and Attack, and my family's this is literally giving us a headache. Will you stop?
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up. Truly.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, definitely got some pushback. My family thought it was very weird. They thought it was a waste of time and money. I was one of those kids, my birthday came, I was not a cool kid. I'm barely a cool kid now. I'm kind of faking it.
Nah, you're cool. You're cool. You're cool.
I'm writing the perception that I'm hot into the ground because I'm weird. And I like birthdays, holidays and stuff, kids would be like, I want new clothes, I want new games, I want CDs, I want to go to concerts and stuff. And I was like, I want cosplay. I specifically want money to cosplay and go to conventions. And so, like, my mom would be like, oh, it's time to back to school shop. Do you want some clothes for school? You can look cool on your first day. No, get me a costume. I will wear what I've been wearing for the past 5 years. And I got made fun of, not because I was, like, really, really weird, but because I didn't care about, like, me as a person for a little while. Like, it took a backseat to my desire to be a part of, like, these group communities. So, like, I didn't care about fashion. I was not at school wearing makeup literally ever, except for prom. Prom was the only time, like, during school, like, that you saw me in makeup. And, like, my clothes were, like, old, and I wasn't going to the events. I wasn't going to the sports. I wasn't at the parties. I wasn't, like, the only time you saw me really, like, outside of school was I was a theater kid. Sure,
okay. Everything makes sense. Everything makes sense.
Checks out.
No, I definitely understand. Being a content creator and just constantly putting out stuff, people don't realize that it looks kind of weird. Even now, like, because there's kids now that will be like, I want to be just like Ronnie, and I want to do this and that, and, all this stuff. And people don't quite realize that it's not really a normal thing. A normal thing is, like, after high school, you go to college. After college, you go and do random shit. So it's kind of cool that, you were able to really become a staple of the community. So, like, big props.
I like that.
No,
it's... Add that to my bio at home. Staple of the
Hey, you might as well. So, what was the most difficult cosplay? That's what I was actually really curious about, because you've done maybe hundreds.
Oh, yeah, easy. I would say the most difficult one that I did was Farah from Overwatch, like, her full suit of armor. It was also, like, the first time I'd done build ever.
Yeah, I seen that. That was the one I was, like, really, like, the most impressed. I was like,
that was my first time making armor. I made that whole suit. It was my
by
first
yourself?
time. Yep, my first time working with Avafoam. I patterned the entire thing by hand as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was, people were like, wow, that's so crazy. How long did it take you to make that?
Yes, that's 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Wow.
I was in college, and it was during exam season 2, and I was pulling consistent all-nighters. Just, like, there was I want to say, like, maybe, like, a 3-day period somewhere in there, very close to KatsuCon, which is where I debuted the costume, where I just did not sleep at all. I was just coffee, go to class, come back, costume.
I'm barely alive.
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. I still had so much fun at Conso. I have no idea how I survived. And
how was it moving in that thing? I'm so curious.
I didn't. I
just stood there.
There's lots of escalators in Katsucon. And with Farah, I've got, like, this 6-foot backwards wingspan. I would get on an escalator. I have to bend at 90 degrees so that my wings just shoot out. And there's probably, like, half of the escalator that you can't get on until I'm clear, so that you get out of the way of the wings. That was a lot of fun.
Oh my God. Is that something you would ever?
That weekend on accident, just sweeping someone calls my name, I turn too fast. I'm, like, ankle checking people.
But did you do at least one on purpose?
For liability reasons, no.
Well, no.
This is recorded. I did not.
This is.
We don't never.
We'll talk about it later. Anyway, I see that you do some NSFW.
Oh yeah, she's sexy on the internet.
And I know how us guys are. And I was curious, what is the most funniest you've ever seen? You were like, what the fuck?
Being in sex work, there's a lot of what the fuck moments. I've had good what the fuck moments. I've had bad what the fuck moments. I've had concerning what the fuck moments.
Because I personally, I don't see too many people, like, ever talking about the messages they ever receive. Like, maybe it'll just be like, get those toes ready, just something weird, something weird.
There are some people who will, like, hop into my DMs and just assume that I want to start sexting with them, and they'll just give me, like, a full paragraph of everything I'd love to do to you, and I'm like,
bro, that's
ramen,
weird.
Cool. Anyway, scroll. Like, I now, like, I'm kind of numb to it now, I would say. Like, I wouldn't even say now. I don't think I've ever really been too, like, affected by other people's perceptions. I mean, I understand the industry that I'm in. I was like, cool, thanks. Thanks for thinking I'm hot. Bye.
Leave you on red.
But yeah, I really do like, at least I will say I don't get too many like just like really weird, like very uncomfortable messages. But I think that's also because it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable. I was an edgelord growing up. Like I'm a much better person now, and I'm very, very proud of myself for having like deleted all my social media once I started to like gain a following, because I would not be here today probably. I was like, you were not the best person growing up. So it happens. Faze me at this point.
I mean, being a part of this kind of community, it's kind of, you got to be a little edgy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at least when you were younger.
Take it,
yeah.
I feel like also just like internet culture in general, like when I was in middle school, like there wasn't as much restriction on content. So like, I feel like everyone from our generation remembers specifically like growing up and getting lemon partied or getting meat spinned, or, you know, if your friends hated you a little bit more, you might have gotten like goatsy, one jar. Yeah, some stuff like that. You get like tub girl. Please look up all of these for me while you're at it. You get
on your own time. Don't blame her for anything.
One guy, one hammer. That was brutal.
What is it? The Pain Olympics?
The BME Pain. Oh! I don't even have a wee-wee. That's so visceral, though. I can... my imaginary penis shrivels up every time I think about it. I'm like, oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, that is crazy.
Yeah, we all kind of had the same experience. Trauma bonding.
As soon as I seen someone go back 2 years and like look up a status that I did that was just kind of edgy, I literally purged it. I was not ready for that.
I try to have a little bit of sympathy for people who aren't on the same bullshit that they used to be on, because the internet was the Wild West a little bit back then.
No, it was.
Everyone was on 4chan and it wasn't good.
I think I seen you do, I think you had some kind of is it 4chan or is it 4chan? I'm so confused.
4chan. I'm sure it's interchangeable too.
Right.
I think it's technically supposed to be chan, because it's like the honorific, not the honorific, but like the suffix. Mm-hmm. Like I would say like Nami-chan. But it's 4 of them. 4 Namis. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I need to smoke.
Oh my goodness. So I'd like to do a really deep personal question, and I would like to ask you, because I do it on all my interviews, how does Wreck-It Ronnie want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as somebody that makes people smile. I've always been like the theater kid, the class clown. I'm the therapy friend to an extent. I'm your biggest fanboy. I'm the hype man. I'm, someone's twerking in the middle of the floor. I don't got that much ass to jiggle, but I'm right next to you clapping and fuck it up! I just kind of want to be a part of everything happy and a reason why people are happy when they're there, I feel like.
That is a beautiful answer. I've had such like actual narcissistic answers, and like to see like, I just want to be remembered because I want people to smile and just think about me, and it's just
like
cool.
Funny enough, like just to kind of like tie it back to what we were talking about a little bit before, like being in sex work, and like you think like some of the DMs that I get, a lot of the DMs I get are just like people like venting to me. A lot of people telling me about like what's going on in their life and like asking for advice, and I give the best that I can, but to an extent sex work is almost like a form of therapy for some people. Mm-hmm. It's someone that you're kind of like already paying, maybe just because you think they're hot, but it's kind of like the stripper in the strip club that you pay for a room and you hug them. People do that, and it's like I always feel like different, I feel like, about those customers specifically, because it's kind of like I'm legitimately making a difference in your life. Like you feel unheard, unkept up on, and knowing that I could be someone who messages you every once in a while, like just as a sub, and be like, hey, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in a little while. Hope everything's good. Hope your week's okay. And just knowing that, I might be a lifeline for somebody who otherwise doesn't feel like they have a lot going on for them feels really good.
Wow, that was beautiful. that was beautiful. Like that is really touching. That really touched my soul. I really felt it. No, man, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please, if you can plug in your socials. You know, let them know exactly where you're at. You know.
Usually on the toilet. No, I am on Instagram as It's Wreck-It Ronnie, all one word. I'm on Twitter as It's Bunny Black, all one word. It's Bunny with an I instead of a Y. It's I am the bunny. And the reason why I have those two differentials is because my social media that is Bunny Black will more than likely have not safe for work content associated with it. So if you're like, I just really kind of want to see you make costumes and not your titties, then Wreck-It Ronnie is probably where you'd want to align yourself.
Yeah, hey, you know, whatever y'all want. What it's what you want. After hours, Wreck-It Ronnie after hours.
Some sax music's gonna be right here in editing.
I'll edit it in. Oh my gosh, and just thank you so much.
Thank you. Honor to be here. Have a good one, Knicks people. Catch ya.